Hello, this is KJ4KAF, and this is an FT-1802 made by Yaesu, 2-meter only rig, and had some problems with it some time ago. The wide receive function stopped working. So menu item number 59 gives two options for a wide receive bandwidth versus a narrow receive bandwidth. The wide receive had gone out, so we switched over and used narrow only, and that worked for a while. And then now the wide and narrow have gone out, so the radio is basically deaf. It transmits okay, but does not receive okay at all. So there are, based on everything I've read about this, some ceramic filters that can go bad. They can get oxidized. And so what we did about a week ago is took the rig apart, identified the parts, called Yaesu, ordered the parts, and here we are. So I've already got the fasteners loose. Pull this off. About, I don't know, 7 or 8 screws there that hold that top on. I already have the speaker removed, which belongs here, unplugged from the board there. So pretty simple there. Get that out of the way. The next thing was to separate the control panel, and you can see there's a white ribbon cable here. So I think it could unplug from either the board or the control panel, and I have mine unplugged from the control panel here. Got a 3 Allen socket head cap screws. We'll get those out of the way. By the way, Yaesu was helpful on the phone, the 800 number, to get parts and technical support. So, and the parts were pretty reasonable. So as you can see, if I remove this front end of the rig, I had previously unplugged the little ribbon cable from here, and it's pretty tough to unplug, so you gotta just kind of keep tugging and wiggling, and then it unplugs. So hopefully that'll go back together without issue. We'll get that completely out of the way and take a look inside here. So here are the narrow and wide ceramic filters. Here are the two. So I just had them send both parts. We've got a couple of solder joints that we're going to have to heat up and take loose from the SO239. I don't think that's going to be a big deal. The external audio connection is here, and I don't believe that we need to do anything special there. I think it's going to slip right out of there. There we go. Not too bad. We can clean all that stuff up before we put it back together. I'm done with the big soldering iron for now. And ready to turn this thing over and see if we can get to the bottom side and access what we need to access. So again, we're replacing these 2 ceramic filters that are located right here. Careful with that ribbon cable. Believe we're going to be okay here. And now you can see the big heavy heat sink, and then this white paste is a heat conducting material, or heat conducting paste. So we don't want to wipe that off or mess with that or anything like that. That's real important. So we've got one of the crystal filters soldered in and getting ready to give the next one a shot here. So they're marked really well on the board, so no need about concerning yourself with getting them confused. The part numbers are pretty clear. Got 5 solder joints to make, 5 solder connections here to make. One more look, and it looks good. One more quick look. And I think we're ready. Okay. Now here's another little tip. I don't know how effective this is. Maybe it works pretty good. Who knows? Trial and error here, but this compound, heat sinking compound, I have none of it. So the excess that's been oozed out when they assembled the rig, I'll just spread that back in. Can't hurt, right? Get that spread out and let it ooze out again. I think we got plenty of material here to work with. And looks pretty good here. There's that. That goes there. And I think we're ready for screws. I do believe. A couple of these had different threads on them. Important to pay attention to that kind of stuff. Okay, that's all the way around. Now, the next part that concerns me the most is plugging in the control panel here on the front. We get past this obstacle, I think we'll be pretty much home free. I don't know if this is done by hand in the factory or they got some kind of thing to hold on to that. But anyway, there's a whole row of silver conductors across here that probably need to all be connected up. It's going to be just how it feels, I think. And then there it plugs in. And we got it right side up. That's probably important. And I believe we got it. This folds back up in here. Three screws out front. Oh, by the way, this rig has never, I talked about oxidation in those crystal filters. This rig has never been used outside. It's never been used in a vehicle. It's probably been in use for 1.5 years or something inside the house and seldom used. But it was obvious when the Recieve failed on it that there was something wrong. So anyway, hopefully it's a isolated case and there's not a bunch of more in use that are gonna fail, but hopefully this video will help if somebody does need it. Okay. Okay, here we go. Everything's hooked up. Checked and double checked that polarity. And antenna's hooked up. We'll bring the 12 volts on and here we go. That appears normal. Hook up the microphone here and see what we can do. Okay. Okay.
With scattered showers and thunderstorms. Highs in the mid-80s. Southeast winds 5 to 10 miles per hour with gusts to around 25 miles per hour.
Okay. That is something that it would clearly not do before. The weather station would not break the squelch before, so we're hearing it full scale,
Showers and thunder.
squelch or no squelch, all the way up and down here, so I believe we're in good shape. Alright, that does it for this video.